We got a 2016 Nissan Altima. Today I'm going to show you guys how to remove the front driver axle. So first thing is, get your wheel off. That's going to be a 21 millimeter for the wheel lug nuts. Now what we need to do is remove this axle nut. Now we need to remove this axle nut. First you got to remove your cotter pin. And then you got to remove this cage as well. The purpose of these two is just to keep this axle nut from backing off. The axle nut is going to be a 32 millimeter socket. Next, what we want to do is get these two bolts out of the strut and the spindle. And also, you want to get your ABS wire out of the strut. These two little rubber grommets. These right here are going to be a 21 millimeter nut. And then you can hold this side with a crescent wrench. The goal is to be able to get this spindle loose from the strut and pull this back so we can have enough room to get this CV axle out. Now that we have both bolts out of the spindle, this should allow us to have enough room to get this axle out. What I did to get the axle out of the wheel hub is I slightly tapped on it with a hammer from here, and then I took a pry bar from the back side and I pried the axle out of the wheel hub the rest of the way. You can remove this clip to give the brake line a little bit of slack, so just in case you're worried about stretching it. All right, now it's time to get a pry bar and let's pry this axle out of the transmission. What I'm going to do is have to remove this plastic undershield so I can get a better spot underneath the car and pry the axle out from the bottom. All right, now that I have that undercover off so you can see the axle from the bottom, what I like to do is just take a pry bar and get right there between the transmission and the axle and just pop it out that way. And that should work. You might want to have a drain pan below it just in case it does leak any transmission fluid. And just like that, we have an axle that's out. You always want to verify that your new axle is the same as your old one as far as lengthwise and everything else. Now I'm going back with the new axle. Everything is just reverse process from how we took it apart. So if you found this video helpful, give me a like and subscribe. Thanks.